Udhayanidhi Stalin's remark about that spawned a furious political controversy, especially ahead of the 2024 general elections, and those have now been brought back into limelight by Pawan Kalyan. The DMK was quick to respond. The newly inducted Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Udhayanidhi Stalin, offered a smile and a forward response when we sought his reaction to Janata Party chief's remarks. Let's wait and see, remarked Udhayanidhi Stalin. The attack wasn't limited to the DMK though, as far as Pawan Kalyan is concerned, because he took aim at the Gandhi sign as well. He slammed Rahul Gandhi for calling the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony a Nach Gana Sabha. He asked the Congress why hurt Sanatani Hindus and then seek their votes for power. Isn't that just hypocrisy on part of the Congress, is a question Pawan Kalyan asked, and that triggered a massive controversy.
Anyone tries to wipe out Sanatana Dharma, let me tell you, from the feet of Lord Balaji, you will be wiped out.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
And the honorable opposition leader, Sri Rahul Gandhi says, Ayodhya ceremony, when he compares to it as a Nachigan Sabha, none of the Sanatani Hindus should not get hurt. We have to be happy about it. And you want the votes of all the Sanatani Hindus to get into the power, to be a political leader, to be in the opposition.
Is the Sanatan Dharma controversy and their stance on it the Achilles heel for the Congress and the DMK and the India alliance as a whole? That's the question we ask on Plain Speak tonight. And let me open this up. Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. America V. Narayanan, leader of the Congress. S. Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, and senior journalist Arun Anand is with us as well. Let me begin by asking Mr. Dharnidharan, when Udhayanidhi Stalin today, when asked about what Pawan Kalyan said, wait and see, what did he exactly mean?
I think you got my name wrong there. I'm Muralidharan, not Dharnidharan.
I apologize, sir.
That's okay. Okay. And
he's not a DMK spokesperson either.
Yeah, I'm not a DMK spokesperson either. I'm a political commentator. And what was the question? Can you just repeat again, ma'am?
When asked about Pawan Kalyan's comments, Udhayanidhi Stalin today smiled and said that let's wait and watch. Wait and you'll see. What exactly was he meaning when he said that?
I don't think we really have to wait for that reaction, because in a context in which Udhayanidhi Stalin made that comment, he was referring to the casteist oppression in the Sanatana Dharma and not against Hindus or Hinduism. That's what we need to understand. That's point number one. Second is, he said this is vindicated because in the last parliamentary elections, DMK scored 40 out of 40. It's as simple as that. So the Hindus in Tamil Nadu, okay, who are like 80%, they're very clear in their mind what is Hinduism and what is Sanatana Dharma and what is Hindutva. So they know, they have a clear demarcation for all this. So that's what he meant. He doesn't have to wait and see. It's already, the writing is there.
The writing is on the wall, Charu Pragya, as far as the DMK is concerned or the Congress is concerned, and their comments on Sanatan Dharma go. The DMK says that it's the BJP that will perhaps be wiped out, as they were in Tamil Nadu, because they tried to make a noise about what Udhayanidhi Stalin had said or what other DMK leaders had said, especially in the run-up to the 2024 elections. But it didn't help the BJP there, it won't help the BJP now.
Poonam, good evening to you. Not every single thing is a political statement and needs to be received as such. When somebody is attacking Sanatan Dharma, they are attacking the very core of what India and Indians stand for. Sanatan is basically the belief system which is what governs every single Hindu. So how can any political party claim to be clearly against it and make terrible comments, derogatory comments, calling it coronavirus, calling it HIV, calling it whatnot, and get away with it. Tell me, can anybody make statements like this against any other religion and not be taken to task? So why is it that DMK for a very long time has believed that it's all right to attack Hindus, it's all right to attack Sanatan Dharma because in the name of freedom of speech, you're going to get away with it. And all the political parties which ally behind the DMK today need to understand this and understand this clear. This is not a poll issue. So let's not link it to 2024 general elections. This is a forever issue, exactly like what Ram Mandir has been. And let's also understand that India is a country which has been invaded by foreigners over 200 times. They couldn't wipe out Sanatan. So what is one half a leader going to do? What is he going to do? And if you think that you're going to gain a lot of popularity by attacking on the sentiments of 80% of Indians, you are greatly wrong. I want to thank Pawan Kalyan ji, in fact, that he's speaking out so clearly against the remarks that are made by DMK and backed by Congress and its allies repeatedly. This is something which should not be tolerated, will not be tolerated, and I as a Hindu take it in all seriousness.
But Charu Pragya, the DMK and the Congress says that this is not an issue to be taken umbrage to at all.
Why not?
The BJP is just trying to make a political point of this.
Please explain to me, and I'm going to say this again, Poonam, and I'm not going to name any religion, but if I were to sit here on your show today or arrange a huge conference and say that XYZ religion is like coronavirus and it needs to be eradicated, is that allowed? Is it going to be allowed in any part of the world which pretends to be secular? The basic meaning of secularism is that the same rights and duties belong to every single person of every single religion. So why is it that the majority religion must suffer because it is a majority? Can I make a remark like that against one of the minority religions in my country and get away with it? So why does DMK think or Udhayanidhi Stalin think that he can say things like that against Sanatan Dharma, against even Hinduism, arrange for a proper conference and stick to that comment and say, we will see what happens. What kind of provoking statements are that? What are you exactly trying to do and who are you trying to hit out against? The very core of what India is.
Mr. Muralidharan, I see you nodding there as far as what the BJP says. But, you know, even the Supreme Court has wrapped Udhayanidhi Stalin for the kind of comments that he made, that he surely needs to know the consequences when he makes comments like this. He's not a layman. He's a minister, now a deputy chief minister. But those kind of comments keep being repeated. Whether there's a political dividend or not is not the point here. Can right to free speech be abused like this?
Is Mr. Pawan is the founder of Sanatana Dharma or the BJP? Are they the founders? They are not. Are they the spokesperson for Sanatana Dharma? They are not. Okay. The people of Tamil Nadu strongly believe Sanatana Dharma is oppression, a casteist oppression which was imposed on people of the lower caste, whatever, and that should be eradicated. There was nothing. That's why I said they've been vindicated. Now, let's talk about BJP. What is BJP Sanatana? What does BJP means by Sanatana Dharma?
Sanatan, before making statements like that, why don't you
No, wait, let me finish, ma'am. Let me finish. Is Mr. Jaggi Vasudev sitting inside an elephant habitat and blasting loud music whole night and calling it Shivaratri, dancing with film actors? Is that Sanatana Dharma? Saying, eating beef is wrong, but Gaumutra is right. Is that Sanatana Dharma? What is Sanatana Dharma? Please define Sanatana Dharma to us. Sanatana Dharma means it's Hinduism. Hinduism is way of life. How you treat with people with love and kindness. Whether it's an animal or it's a plant or it's whatever it is. You have a problem. You have a serious problem, BJP. They have to, first of all, define what is Sanatana Dharma. You have a problem with, beef, but we don't have a problem with Gaumutra. That cannot be the rule. You are actually, you are communalizing the entire Sanatana Dharma for your political advantage. What is Mr. Pawan Kalyan? He was an actor earlier. You pay him money, he will do whatever he wants, whatever role you want to play. You want him to play. Similarly, now in politics.
Mr. Muralidharan, whether Pawan Kalyan was an actor or what he says now and he's acting, that same comparison could be made of Udhayanidhi Stalin as well. But that's not the point we're debating here.
That is exactly the point we are debating here. This is politics. It's a political comment what he made. See, the BJP spokesperson is so angered and she is so aggravated and she's, hammer and tongs she is going. The reason is small comment made by Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin. See the kind of, reaction.
But
from
it's
the
not
BJP.
a small comment. That's exactly the
No,
point
but
that the
that
BJP is
itself-
trying to make and Pawan Kalyan is trying to make here.
I
But Charu Pragya, you had a rebuttal to make 30 seconds before I get in the other two gentlemen as well. Charu Pragya.
Yes, thank you very much. Now this so-called analyst needs to understand he doesn't know the basic meaning of Sanatan. He doesn't know the basic meaning of Hindutva. And then he's saying, oh, Sanatan Dharma is like Hinduism and it needs to be eradicated from the world. Can you say that about any other religion? I'm issuing you an
I
open
didn't
challenge
say
on
that. I
national
didn't say
television today. Say it about any
I
other
didn't say
religion.
that.
Do you have the guts to say it? Then
Is
why
Sanatan
must you
Dharma is religious, is caste is
you are-
oppression.
Pawan Kalyan does not have a right to say what he's saying. How come Udhayanidhi Stalin has all the rights to abuse us and degrade us and insult us and repeat that insult again and again and send spokespersons like you on national television to keep on defending him instead of
Madam,
apologizing?
you could not stop the desecration of the laddu. You want to save Sanatana Dharma. Be practical. You could not stop the desecration of laddu. You want to save Sanatana Dharma. What are you talking, madam? First, you
How
sit and discuss what.
How
Please
insulting
define
is
what is
the
Sanatana
character
Dharma.
Sanatan in? That's the worst thing of all. As done
No.
Udhayanidhi Stalin also. Why is his mother going praying to temples and donating then? If that is the kind of statement he's making.
That is a true Hindu.
And
That is a true
okay,
Hindu.
Poonam,
Profession
Poonam,
is
let
different
me
from what
one-
your faith is.
Can you
Your
keep
problem
the
with
pause
BJP is.
but I'm not
Okay,
interested in
okay,
the-
Charu Pragya and Mr. Muralidharan, please stay on with us.
Poonam, let me just say one thing.
Yes.
Now, nowhere in the world I have the rights to encroach upon the rights of another person. Yes, there is freedom of speech and expression, but
Exactly.
it cannot encroach upon my freedom to practice my religion. You cannot use your freedom of expression to insult an entire dharma.
And that's the point the Supreme Court has also made while pulling up Udhayanidhi Stalin for the comments that he made there.
Community, and you want to talk
Can I
about
come in,
all of
please?
Hinduism in that tone.
Sure.
Shame on you.
Sure. I request you to stay on with us. America Narayanan and Narunanand also are with us on this panel. And America Narayanan, as far as what Pawan Kalyan said, he also did put the Congress in a spot, raked up a comment that Rahul Gandhi had made and asked, why do you seek votes of those same people when you insult their faith?
First thing is, BJP has been trying to divide the country in the name of religion. As much as I have consistently said that, DK, which has been trying to divide the state of Tamil Nadu in the name of caste. Unfortunately, politicians do what they do for votes, and I wish we had been discussing about the economics and the people's problem today. But having come to this, the problem is that Sanatan Dharma, as Murali has clearly stated, has not been understood properly, and who gives the definition for Sanatana Dharma. I am a proud Hindu, and I will say that without any hesitation everywhere. However, I say a proud Muslim and a proud Christian should have the right to follow his religion as much as he does. But having said that, Tamil Nadu recently, there is a place where the Dalits were not able to take their body. Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin should have gone there and talked about upper caste oppression against the lower caste, which happens in every religion. There are converts who go to Christianity and Islam, where there is an oppression of still the caste system exists. Just as much as when I was in States, the Christianity is divided into various things. So people are people. We need to try and unite the people as opposed to talking about problems to divide the people. Unfortunately, in this case, both Mr. Udhayanidhi, Deputy Chief Ministers, need not have passed the comments the way they have. Mr. Kalyan should, I don't mind he is saying that all the temples, there should be a way we should regulate the quality of the prasadam. I welcome that. But because he wants to politicize this, now he needs to bring in what has been a dead thing. Now, the Supreme Court already passed a stricture that you are trying to play God's name in politics. But they still go on. Unfortunately, people don't understand the rules of the law. The rules of this country's constitution. Instead, every party, every politician try to denigrate and get into, the politicians, even when they are in the deathbed, they want to be the dead man because they want to get all the attention on them. Whether it is in the marriage, they want to be the bride and the groom. In the death funeral, they want to be the attention, would be rather be a dead body. That's what every politician is trying to do. In this case, what Pawan Kalyan is doing.
Would that then be true of Rahul Gandhi and the Congress as well? Because that was the question I asked you when Rahul Gandhi said that the consecration ceremony of the Ram Mandir was a Nach Gana Sabha. Then the allegation that you make against Pawan Kalyan can easily be made against Rahul Gandhi as well.
I'll answer that. Several times you can take a single word I have said even here today out of context and say something. The way the BJP has done, in Ayodhya, installing the revered Ram statue, which I pray to, the way they went about doing it, they brought in the Bachchans and everybody else. It's not a movie thing. It is a question of faith. As a matter of fact, Shankaracharya himself has criticized the BJP on this. So it's not, they have not criticized Lord Ram, but the way they went about, Rahul Gandhi did not criticize about Lord Ram or Hinduism, but the Hindutwadis who practiced and showed this as a show business rather than a bhakti movement.
So, Charu Pragya, these comments that are being made are not
these
about...
Are all pseudo-Hindus.
Sure. So, I get your point. Charu Pragya, the allegation against the BJP is that the BJP or now Pawan Kalyan see themselves as flag bearers of a particular community, of the Sanatan Dharma in this particular case, but they're really not. It's all just politics and you're using it for your political gain. Today, the DMK also turned around and said that you're just using God for your own benefit, like the allegation is that like is being done in Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh.
Poonam, first to correct the Congress
about this. In terms of bringing the quality in there, I welcome that.
Sure.
I'm not, unlike other politicians, I don't criticize it.
Sure, I get your point there, but as far as the larger point is, and the allegation against the BJP is, Charu Pragya.
Yes. So, Congress needs to understand that the kind of statements they are repeatedly making, still making. Just now, the Congress spokesperson is saying BJP is anti-Dalit, while it is your leader, Mr. Gandhi, who sits in a conference on a stage and says that we are going to scrap reservation. So, you cannot be somebody who doesn't know how to walk the talk repeatedly, again and again, because that is an insult. Let me repeat this again, Poonam, because it seems that all these political leaders didn't understand one simple thing. Sanatan is a Sanskrit word. It means practices of Hinduism or duties. How is it that you are going to abolish the way we have lived our life for centuries? For centuries, nobody, no invader, however grand they have thought themselves to be, has been able to eradicate us or our way of life. And what kind of a mindset is it that you're living with, that eradication of someone is going to bring you some kind of joy? Isn't that what being a political vulture is?
I'm sorry to
You are
intrude.
being an absolute political
just 1 second,
vulture.
please.
Have you ever heard
Can I come in
anybody
for a
from
second,
Bharatiya
please?
Janata Party say that we want to eradicate any religion? And you want to eradicate the religion followed by 80% of Indians. You claim
Sorry
to
for
be
the
a Hindu.
interruption, please.
What kind of a
Let-
Hindu
Give me a
are you?
second, please.
Mr. Narayan, let her finish. I'll give you your time to rebut. Let her finish.
No, this is
1 second
terrible
only.
because
1 second
even
only.
right now he goes on and on. Why is it that your leaders seem to have a freedom of expression to insult us? And if we respond, you are questioning our response. Is that what you stand for? And please, if you want to pretend to be secular, then Hinduism needs to be treated with utmost respect, same as any of the minority religions you've been practicing appeasement of for all these years. Learn that.
The thing I wanted to interrupt there is, I said I'm a Hindu, I'm a proud Hindu at that. However, in every religion, I'm not talking about Hinduism alone, if the discrimination in the name of caste has come not in the original Hinduism, but subsequently it's being practiced, and if discrimination needs to be taken out in the name of caste, then that should be done. Just because it's been practiced for several thousand years, that doesn't make it right. That's all we are trying to say. So
But that's not
don't
the
say it has what
That's
has
not-
been practiced all the time is always right.
You are not talking about getting rid of the mispractices in any religion. You are clearly saying eradicate Sanatan, eradicate Hinduism. You are siding
That's
with
not
those
what he
people.
meant.
Say they are
And
wrong.
I think he has stated that
I'm
if he,
happy to
I
hear you
have
are proud.
also said that
Why
he
don't you
should have
call out
avoided that. He should have
and telling us
avoided that.
you
And
don't stand
he
for it?
needs to explain it, and he will.
Openly asked
Now,
you twice. I have
unfortunately, they have
challenged
come from the
you. What
DK's
is this words?
background, just like
In
BJP
circles.
has come from RSS
I don't
background.
want to go
They
back and
cannot get
loop
off the
it. That's
tiger.
not what I'm asking you to say. If there is a malpractice which needs to be eradicated, mention that. How dare you side with people and call yourself
The
a proud
DMK
Hindu
spokesperson
when somebody
today,
wants
I
to
think,
eradicate
has
Hinduism altogether?
clarified that they are
No,
talking
no, no.
about
The
discrimination there.
DMK has clarified.
No, I don't
Your
think, Mr. Narayanan, that the DMK has ever clarified. In fact, Udhayanidhi Stalin and
I
others in the
can
DMK
quote,
actually doubled down on that attack that they did last year.
in today's
That's such a
thing. I can read it for you if you just give me a minute. I can
Sure.
go to the place where it has been. I think it's the API that is quoted where he has talked about the discrimination. One of the DMK spokesperson has clarified that to the best of my knowledge. I can again show that to you.
Yeah, but
But Miss-
unfortunately, BJP is stuck with cow vigilantism, discriminating people of their food and their religion and their dress code. This is not what India is about, madam. You are not the spokesperson for Sanatana Dharma. We are strong Hindus. I'm also staunch Hindu, and we know what Hindu is about. It's about love and kindness.
What
It's about
gives
love
you
and
the
kindness
Udhayanidhi
and
Stalin
not
says that we'll also criticize him.
Yeah,
We don't have
and
any problems about that.
Exactly,
But unfortunately, America and Narayanan, everybody else in the Congress, unlike you, is not ready to say that out loud.
No,
Which is also why after Udhayanidhi Stalin made that kind of comment, we saw many others within the DMK, including A. Raja, come out and make similar comments.
Ma'am, today I said very clearly, Udhayanidhi Stalin should have gone to the place where Dalit's body was not let into that, and he should have talked about oppression there. He should have done that. I'm saying it out loud here. I don't have any problems because it doesn't matter who does it. The caste discrimination in the name of religion, in every religion. I know it's practiced in Christianity, I know it's practiced in Islam, and I know, being a Hindu, it's even today practiced in some places, and we should get rid of.
Charu Pragya, the
And
last word to you. I saw your
Stalin should
hand
have
going
gone
up there before I wrap
instead
this
of
up.
just speaking in here.
No, thank you. So it's all well and good to come and lie on national television, but numerous leaders over the last couple of months have left the Congress party actually for the reason that the party has been anti-Hindu, whether it is Sanjay Nirupam, whether it is
So you
Gaurav
guys
Balla,
can't
most
resign like
recently
that, that's wrong.
Acharya Pramod, all of them have criticized the Congress party and have left it, seen fit to leave it because of the anti-Hindu stand Congress has been taking, and DMK is one step worse.
So what is Hinduism and what is Sanatana Dharma according to you, man? Please define Sanatana Dharma. Is it about, anybody who eats beef or anybody who transports beef should be killed? Is that what is Sanatana Dharma? Please explain us what is Sanatana. In our part of the world, we don't worry about all that. People are educated, people are evolved, people do not discriminate people on what they eat, what they dress, etc. We are very clear. That's exactly why you could not win single seat in Tamil Nadu. This is exactly BJP is perceived as a communal party, and your entire debate and evening you're only going on and on about Sanatana Dharma. There is life beyond Sanatana Dharma. There is life beyond Sanatana Dharma. There is life beyond Sanatana Dharma. There is communal harmony.
Sure, there are issues that need to be discussed. Sure, there are other issues that need to be discussed, but so is this. This involves the faith of millions of people around the world in India, and that can't be glossed over
we
either.
Have the oldest temples in Tamil Nadu, and
I don't know what you meant by our part of the world, sir, but a lot of people from Tamil Nadu also did take objection to the kind of comments that came to the fore. So I don't know what you meant by that.
Not at all, Poonam. Probably 3% of the people who are supporting BJP would have taken, would have got offended. The rest of them are not. because
So then
Tamil is the
so
oldest
if they're
language.
BJP supporters and just 3%, then what they feel or their sentiments should not be valued. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that is political because Tamil is the oldest language and Tamil literature, etc., 2000 years old. We are evolved form of Hindus. We are not the North Indian Hindus, and we know what is Hinduism.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't
We-
know what this. We are South
we
Indian
know-
Hindus, which are evolved
We
versus
know how
North
to
Indian Hindus.
differentiate. No,
This
no,
is
no.
exactly the problem. This is exactly the problem
agree with that.
that has been faced by the DMK time and again, pitting one state versus the other, one Hindu versus another, one Indian versus another.
No,
That's what
eating
BJP is
beef
trying to
is
do.
not
I
against
think
Hinduism.
both of that is wrong.
We are very clear in our thought process. That's exactly why BJP was completely eradicated in Tamil Nadu, and
Sure,
BJP will
that's
never be able
sure,
to
and you
hold-
can have that opinion, but what's that got to do with
It's not
the
the
South
opinion,
Indian
it's reality, man.
Hindus and North Indian Indians? That is a distinction that cannot be drawn.
Yeah, because
I
that's how it
accept
is.
that.
You
I
people are,
accept that.
bent
There's always
upon
a
killing
difference,
people who eat beef.
Poonam,
So that's North Indian Hindus. South India, you don't see people killing somebody for eating beef.
Mr. Muralidharan, I cannot let you say these things on national television. There is
No. That is how it is differentiated.
No, it's not.
We are more evolved. We are more
It's not.
civilized.
That's not how it's differentiated,
We
sir.
expect the entire country to be like this. But the only agenda and the only vision of BJP is talk about cow and beef. That is not politics. That is communalism.
Sure, and what your views about what the BJP does not do, what they do right, what they do not do, you're well within your rights to have that. But to pit one
Exactly.
part of this country against another is not acceptable, irrespective of who you ask, irrespective of
what
what their
BJP
political
Yes,
affiliation
BJP
is.
is trying
And
to do
another
one
panelist
thing.
here who's not a BJP leader or a spokesperson disagrees with you as well. I have to leave it at that. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time, but I thank you all for joining us here on this broadcast. We are slipping into a quick break on this edition of Plain Speak, but on the other side, we'll get you what a words that's escalating between the opposition and the BJP, the central government in this case. This is over the recognition to 5 languages as classical languages. There seems to be a credit war. We'll get you that after the break.
At L'Oréal.
هذا العقاب آت حتما بإذن الله تعالى، ولن نتحدث كثيرا، فالكلام غدا لسيد
انتقام آت حتما بإذن الله تعالى، ولن نتحدث كثيرا فالكلام غدا لسيد
Welcome back. The Union Cabinet yesterday approved the designation of classical languages status for Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese and Bengali. These languages now join 6 others that have already been given that status. This tag is meant to promote these languages, their cultural preservation, academic research and the overall recognition of linguistic heritage. Now, while this announcement was well received and welcomed by all, there were some parties that seemed to take credit. That credit war played out specifically in 2 states, Maharashtra and West Bengal. Congress put out a chronology of events to show how the Maharashtra Congress was spearheading this movement to declare Marathi as a classical language for years together, but only now has the government done so. Bear in mind, Maharashtra is a state that goes to elections in less than 2 months. Meanwhile, in West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that they have been trying to snatch this recognition from Ministry of Culture for a long time and their request was finally acceded to. So while we have this one war play out over 5 languages getting this particular tag, the question we want to ask here on Plain Speak is who is rushing to claim credit?
बंगाल मराठी बोलने वाले मराठी भाषियों को, असमिया भाषा बोलने वाले लोगों को और पाली और प्राकृत भाषा बोलने वाले लोगों को ये तोहफे के रूप में दिया है।
এর মধ্যেই মনে রাখতে হবে আমরা 1 বছর অপেক্ষা করে থাকি মা কখন আসবেন।
ये भाषा को आप सम्मान देना चाहिए, अभिजात भाषा का हमारी मांग रही और लगभग राज्य की सभी पार्टी के नेताओं ने, मुख्यमंत्रियों ने, सरकारों ने मांग अब तक 30-35 साल से ये मांग करते आए।
Let me open this up. Charul Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, continues to be with us. Sushmita Dev, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament of the TMC, joins us. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on Plain Speak. Sushmita Dev, I want to begin by asking you. We saw Mamata Banerjee's social media post on X. She says, we're glad that this has happened, but we had to snatch this from the Government of India, from the Culture Ministry. What did she mean by that?
The meaning is very clear. On 11th of January 2024, she had written to the Prime Minister asking the Home Minister to recognize Bengali as a classical language. Because it is not just her demand, but the demand of crores of people who speak Bengali. And now that it has been given by the Government of India in the recent cabinet decision, so we definitely feel that our demand had to play a very important role in creating the pressure or highlighting the matter with the Government of India. And I think she's right in saying that because this government has been in power for 10 years and now they are in their last term, but their third term rather, but they never thought of doing this. The last time that some languages of the southern states got recognition as classical languages was when the UP was in power, I think 2015. Many of the South Indian languages got it. But in the last 10 years, the Modi government never considered giving any other or adding to that list. It is Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of Bengal and the only Bengali chief minister who pursued this and impressed upon the government to do it. And we are very happy that it has been done.
Charu Pragya, for the last 10 years, none of any of these languages, there was a 6-language list. There was nothing, there were no additions that were made for the last 10 years. Why is that? There was pressure that was created, like TMC says, from West Bengal, like the Congress says from Maharashtra, which is why we see these 2 languages in the list of the 5 languages that have now been added. Charu Pragya, I believe you're on mute.
Here.
My apologies. I am very glad that these 5 exceptional languages have been granted the status of classical languages. They are very important to the Indian culture, context and people. But let me give you a little bit of history about Mamta Didi, since we have Shashmita ji on the show with us. Mamta Didi was a part of the UPA from 2004 and 14 till 14. And she became the Chief Minister of Bengal in 2011. Now, let me tell you, when the status of classical language was given to Malayalam, 2013, why didn't Didi demand the same status for Bengali back then? After that, classical status was given to Odia in 2014. Why didn't Mamta Didi demand for it for Bengali back then? Why is it that suddenly she is waking up and trying to take political credit for something which has been in the pipeline and which the people of Bengal deserve? Please don't try and make everything so highly political. Now, let me also tell you that since we mentioned Marathi, UPA regime, Shiv Sena and BJP had asked the Congress to make Marathi as a classical language. UPA was in power for over 10 years. Why didn't they consider this request then? Please explain that to me. The proposal has been pending. There were certain revisions done to the criteria of making a language classical, and now 5 precious languages have been given the status. Explain to me why, Shashmita ji, Mamta Didi did not think of asking for this. Now she talks about a 10-year struggle, but you have essentially been part of the ruling dispensation from 2004 to 14 and been a chief minister since 2011. What were you doing for all these years? Why must you try and snatch political credit for every single thing which belongs to the people of India, which is done by the government of India? Don't try and continue to divide the people in the name of language, region, religion, etc., etc. Maharashtrian shouldn't do it and Bengali shouldn't do it.
Sushmita Dev, this is just the TMC trying to claim credit but didn't do what they should have done when they had the opportunity, is what the BJP said. This was a response that came to the fore right after Mamata Banerjee put out that social media post as well. This is also an allegation that the BJP and TMC have traded on multiple other issues, including the legacy of Netaji Bose.
See, I'll tell you something, Poonam. What is important is not the timing of Mamata's letter and why she didn't write it during the UPA time. What is actually more critical is the timing of Prime Minister Modi in taking this decision now when Maharashtra is going to election, which he's going to lose. He's had a embarrassing defeat in Bengal and is now going to face by-elections in Bengal. So he uses his cabinet decisions for electoral gains in states where defeat is absolutely imminent. I mean, doors are shutting on Prime Minister Modi, and how? I mean, you will see that tomorrow when the exit poll comes out for Haryana, that they are basically going to have a humiliating defeat in Haryana. And you will see that in Maharashtra and Bengal, Maharashtra elections and Bengal elections, BJP doesn't stand a chance. If now let us assume that Prime Minister Modi has a lot of pain in his heart for the language Bengali, I want to ask Bharatiya Janata Party and the Prime Minister of India that when UNESCO declared Shantiniketan as a World Heritage Site, they had the audacity to put a plaque there where Prime Minister Modi, who has absolutely no history in Bengal or doing anything for Bengal, puts his own name and the Vice Chancellor's name and takes out Tagore's name. In Amit Shah's rally, they break the Ishwarchand's statue. I mean, this is their respect for Bengal and Bengalis, and I can go on and on and on how Prime Minister Modi does not do a single thing, keeping public interest, language, community, caste, anything in mind. He has a 1 point program. That's why we call him a Prachar Mantri and not a Pradhan Mantri. So before election, Modi will do anything and sell his soul for votes, but it's not going to work in Maharashtra and it's not going to work in Bengal. You can be rest assured. But I'm glad that languages like Bengali, Assamese, and Marathi and two other languages have been recognized. It was needed. It was much needed because all these languages have a very deep root. And Mamta Didi in her letter actually submitted 4 volumes of documentation to prove why Bengali should be a classical language. But Prime Minister Modi has done this only for some browning points in Maharashtra and the upcoming by-elections in Assam and Bengal, which is going to lose very badly, rest assured.
Can I come in, Poonam?
Go ahead, Charu Pragya.
Unfortunately, Shushmita ji found no reason to explain why since 2004 till today, Mamta Didi did not see fit to write the same letter. She was in power, madam. She became a chief minister. Why did she not see fit to talk about the Bengali language and its deep roots then? Why must you speak in such political language all the time? And now you're talking about the elections in Maharashtra. Are there elections in Assam? Are there elections in Bengal?
Yes, there is. There is by-election. Madam, check your facts.
By-elections happen in our country. Every single year we have elections in 4 or 5 states. If you are going to make elections an excuse for every single decision that is taken, then I think you're far wiser than that. Then it didn't have to be taken, the decision didn't have to be taken for all the languages. Pali and Prakrit are a part of this. By-elections have been happening across the country. So please, now your explanations make no sense. Yes, you want to snatch political credit, but you're behaving in the exact same way you behaved during the controversy that emerged for Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. During all your time in power, you never thought it important to give him any importance. Whether it is in Andaman and Nicobar or in your own state, you never saw it fit to give his family the honor they deserve. Today, you want to jump up and down and claim credit because it pains you that Prime Minister Modi is able to take the steps that none of you even thought about for all these decades.
Sushmita Dev, that question about why this letter wasn't written, why these volumes of research material was not given to the central government or to the culture ministry, that's a question that the BJP has been asking. It's asked that of the Congress party as well, as far as Maharashtra is concerned. But is it always an election prism that any decision should be looked at from? And it's not just the BJP that we're speaking of. Any central government then would be accused of doing the same thing, because all of these decisions that are taken periodically, and some or the other election would be around the corner.
No, Poonam, I don't think I buy that argument. I'll tell you why. Because this government has been in power for 10 years. Okay? And if you notice, this is a phenomena which Prime Minister Modi always does as a bait for elections. See, if they truly cared about the people who speak in Bengali, okay? Bengali is a way of life in West Bengal. See, you think about it. It has been a saga of deprivation. They have deprived Bengal of NREGS money. They have deprived Bengal of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. They tried to malign Bengal with all sorts of propaganda before the Lok Sabha election, but it didn't work. It simply didn't work, because I will tell you what, the problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS is they want one nation, one election, one uniform, one language, one kind of food, and the imposition of Hindi has been a huge controversy in the South. That's what they are infamous for, the Bharatiya Janata Party. So a party which does not believe in diversity, which does not believe in pluralism, which does not believe in inclusivity does it, I'm sorry, I will connect it to the elections. I mean, even your common sense and being a journalist, you should know that Prime Minister Modi is fearing defeat in these states. It's an imminent defeat. So these are all underhand tricks that he's trying, which is not going to work. Now, I ask you one thing. If you are so bothered about the Bengali language and you truly respect and love it, and maximum number of Bengali people if you talk about one state, the concentration is in West Bengal. Tell me one thing, in the NDA government 3, have they bothered giving a single cabinet minister from Bengal? Not a single cabinet minister come from Bengal. Abhijit Ganguly says people who say Joy Bangla have conjunctivitis. Is this a pro-Bengali statement? To say that divide North Bengal, that divide, please separate North Bengal from the rest of Bengal. Is that a pro-Bengali statement? Who am I quoting? I'm quoting BJP members of parliament. So this is a party which will go to any length with any tricks, with a recognition for this and recognition for that. You're talking about Netaji. May I remind you that the Jadavpur MP in the 16th Lok Sabha, in which I was also there, was a descendant of Netaji Shwagato Bose. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Quick question for you. Again and again, you're stressing about so-called by-elections in West Bengal. Where are by-elections happening, madam? Why are you misquoting on national television?
My God, this is basic knowledge.
Where is it happening? Tell me the name of the constituency. There are no by-elections in West Bengal. They just happened a couple of months ago. Why don't you Google and tell me the name where elections are happening in West Bengal? Please tell me.
Please understand. Okay, let me just give you one name. Okay, Barrackpur. Just hear me out before you further go down this argument, because Barrackpur MLA, just to give you one example, contested the Lok Sabha election, defeated your candidate of the BJP, Arjun Singh. Just let me finish.
Okay, Charu Pragya, let her I don't have much time on this. Charu Pragya, let her finish. I'll come back to you for your rebuttal. 30 seconds, Sushmita Dev.
I think everybody who's involved in politics knows that all the MLAs who contested in the Lok Sabha election, just to give you one example, madam, Barrackpur, where Arjun Singh was defeated, and our minister Partho Babu won, seats like that, including in Assam, Bihali, etc. These are all going for by-elections. Your party is campaigning. Just go on Google and see. They are all busy campaigning. November by-elections are due in the states of all these states where MLAs have contested and gone to Lok Sabha.
Sure. So the point that is being made.
This has been timed accordingly.
Sure. It's all a part of political strategy of the BJP, Charu Pragya,
Exactly.
and this is not the first time that allegation has been made against the BJP. It's made ever so often.
Yes, exactly. So that's the funny thing, Poonam. Now there are 5 languages. 5 languages. Okay, there are 3 of these from 3 different states in India. Elections are not happening in all these 3 states. TMC MP has named one Vidhan Sabha constituency because by-elections have happened in June, July already. She is well aware of that. Now, if you want to politicize everything, that is the color you're going to use to paint everything. You are talking about, painting everything with the same color. You actually represent a political party which is regional, which speaks in one language, which exists in one state of the country. And you're talking about inclusivity to a political party which is everywhere, from the hills of Nagaland to the islands of Lakshadweep. You're actually telling a political party which spans nationally, performs nationally, wins nationally because of its agenda of inclusivity only.
Whether this is going to be a political decision, whether that was the motive of it, whether it's going to pay dividends or not, we'll find out sooner than later. Maharashtra is one such state which goes to elections in less than 2 months. But the credit war is not a new one. We've seen this between parties multiple occasions in the last 10 years. It is an allegation that the BJP often faces, often firefights as well. Unfortunately, I have to leave it at that. I don't have much time here, but I thank you both for joining us here on this broadcast and sharing your perspective. Slipping into a quick break on this edition of Plain Speak, but on the other side, we'll get you the big story that is going to take place in our neighborhood. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is going to be in Pakistan this month. This is for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. Will he expose Pakistan in their own backyard? That's the question we want to ask.
Co-powered by
هذا العقاب آت حتما بإذن الله تعالى ولن نتحدث كثيرا فالكلام غدا لسيد هذا العقاب آت حتما بإذن الله تعالى ولن نتحدث كثيرا فالكلام غدا لسيد
Welcome back. West Asia remains in the edge as Israel ramps up ground operations in Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah strongholds. Strikes in Beirut were reportedly aimed at senior Hezbollah leader Hashem Safieddine, the likely successor of Hassan Nasrallah. In a separate escalation, at least 18 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike in West Bank city as well. The Israeli military claims to have killed the city's Hamas leader in that operation. Meanwhile, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei delivered his first Friday sermon in nearly 5 years, and he says Israel will not long last. If they attack us, we'll attack them right back. But while that fighting in Lebanon continues, my colleague Siddharth Mishra spoke with the envoy of Lebanon here in India. Listen in.
It has been reported that those pagers were given to the Hezbollah commanders, Hezbollah leadership, and they were selectively targeted.
But I'm telling you, there are nurses and doctors and social workers, they're using pagers.
Okay.
So it's not true. No, not everything that Israel said we need to believe it. Israel is built on liars, on historical lies. Israel is built around terrorism and built around twisted religious doctrine, which is very, very risky and very dangerous.
Okay. Ambassador, since we are talking, and would like to understand from you that, I want you to define Hezbollah. What is Hezbollah? There's a lot of confusion here in India also. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because if we go by what US State Department says, if we go by what Hezbollah, if we read about Hezbollah activities, especially, the terror-related activities, in fact, there have been, Hezbollah was also implicated in 2005 in assassinating the Prime Minister of Lebanon, if I'm not mistaken. Hezbollah has also been implicated and charged for killing many US citizens. But your government calls Hezbollah as a political party. So want to know from you that what is Hezbollah? Define Hezbollah for us.
How many figures in history were defined by some people as terrorists, and then the same person?
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan. An unbelievable tax in the state of Himachal Pradesh has created furore. A notification and then a U-turn or a partial rollback. The Himachal government, currently reeling under financial crisis, issued a notification that triggered huge controversy. I've got a copy of this notification. This is dated the 21st of September 2024, and it says, point number 3, where in urban areas some establishments use their own water sources and sewerage system of the department, sewerage charges levied at ₹25 per seat per month. That means that if you've built the toilets and you're using your own water, but you're using the state government's or the public works department sewerage, then आपके घर में जितने भी toilet seats हैं उसके हिसाब से आपको ₹25 per toilet seat per month देना होगा. So that was the whole notification that came. It triggered huge controversy, purportedly stating this fee would be levied and in urban areas. Now, along with the sewerage bill, this additional fee will be transferred to the account of the Jal Shakti department. That's what the notification had added. The order stated that the sewerage bill will constitute 30% of the water bill. Facing backlash, the Congress government clarified that the order was withdrawn on the same day that it was issued. So, this is the order, first order, 21st of September, and this is the same order. Now, there is a clarification. It says, in partial modification of this department notification dated 21st/9, condition number 3 prescribed in the terms and conditions at page number 4, this part is hereby deleted with immediate effect. So, they first said toilet tax lagega, then they said toilet tax nahi lagega. It happened on the same day. So, the reports when they came out, the first part came, the cancellation or the partial rollback did not come. The notification had stated that those who use water from their own source and use only sewerage connection from the government department must pay this charge every month, and the Jal Shakti department of the Himachal Pradesh government said an objection was lodged on behalf of the Deputy Chief Minister and the notification was then withdrawn. That was the clarification. The Jal Shakti department of Himachal Pradesh government further said that sewerage charges were already being collected in Shimla. In some cases, this applied to hotels and